Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Here we are again. We are talking all things quantity and quality today. But before I dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the Conquer 2023 Biz Plan program is open for enrollment. This year, I am so excited about it, and you're probably going to see it everywhere. If you follow me, you're seeing it all over the place because the reality is one of the biggest things, the leg that I stand on, the mission that I am on is that nobody should have to build their business alone. And so this year, Biz Planning Conquer 2023, we truly are going to conquer 2023 all year long. The Biz Plan program is a 12-month program. We're kicking it off with our same tried and true 5-day Biz Plan intensive. That'll be the first week of December. And then every other month from here on out, we are going to meet, we are going to go through, and we are going to dive into the facts, the data, the information. We are going to analyze it. We are going to look deep into it to really make sure that you are growing your business in a way that is going to help you conquer all of your goals in 2023. So the link is in the show notes. If you have any questions, if you want to talk to me about it, please. I find it very hard to put words on paper. So if you have any questions, please DM me. Let's chat about it. Let's see if it's a good fit. You know I'm going to be honest if I don't think it's a good fit for you. All right, let's dive in. And this is a perfect reason and example of why biz planning is so important. But one of the things that we're really, truly going to hold each other accountable on this year. But what I want to talk about is a lesson from my pepper plant, okay? And this is such a powerful lesson. I know people use the analogy of planting seeds and gardening and all of that all the time in business. But I really, truly, this is such a great analogy when it comes to this quantity over quality, quality over quantity. The thing is, people say this all the time. I want, quality over quantity. Or some people say it's a game of numbers. It's all about quantity. It's all about quantity. But here's the thing. You have to find a balance and you have to have both. It's not a one or the other. It's not an either or. It's an and. This is 100% an and, okay? And here's my lesson from the pepper plant, right? So when we're talking about sales, and I'm using this analogy in regards to sales, right? When I talk about sales and marketing and growing your business, you really need quantity. It's about the number of people in your pipeline, the number of people you're connecting with, the number of people in your world, on not necessarily in your email list, but just in your world, your top of mind awareness and your conversations. Everything is how many conversations are you starting, how many are you continuing, and how many are you amplifying. And what I mean by this is they can be quality conversations, right? I am all for that, building relationships, nurturing them, having true deep conversations, and building and understanding people. But here's the thing, you can't only do this with 5 or 10 people. Anytime I look at a client or even myself, this is a huge lesson I had to learn this year too myself, is that I'm very good at nurturing a very small circle, right? And so sometimes we come up short on our goals and we wonder why are we continuing to come up short? And maybe why is this not happening? And you look at other people that are supposedly, or at least posting that they're hitting these massive goals. And the thing is they have both quality and quantity. And here's the lesson from my pepper plant. Okay. I planted a pepper plant in August. I bought this tiny little, it's even a kid size, standing planter box. Okay. But I wanted to just see if things would grow in it with inside my lanai. The climate here in Florida is not always super conducive to gardening. We've tried it a couple times. It's either too hot, too rainy, too wet, too dry, whatever. So I bought one pepper plant and one tomato plant. Okay. This was back, I think, in August. By the time I'm recording this episode, we're mid-November. All right. So I have been nurturing and watering this pepper plant since August. Every single week, I go out, feed it, talk to it, water it, make sure it's got sunlight, the whole bit, right? Giving it some coffee grounds to make sure the soil's nice and fertilized and, in the perfect pH and all this. Okay. I have one pepper growing on that, right? It's quality. It's a beautiful pepper. It's high quality. But it's not going to put peppers in my freezer all winter long. It's not going to even feed me for a week. It's going to feed me one meal, right? And so I want you to think about that. this is the lesson here when it comes to sales and when it comes to nurturing your list and when it comes to building and growing your business and hitting your goals, right? This is not about lack of quality, right? I have high quality. I've put a lot of time into this pepper, but the facts of the matter, the facts are the facts. It's just a fact. It's only going to produce so many peppers. One plant can only produce so many peppers. One person, yes, you can have lifetime value of a client. I'm going to talk about that in another episode. But if you're only nurturing one plant or one person, you're only going to eventually get one or two, lifetime sales. But like, you're not going, if you're trying to sell a one-to-many program and you have 10 people and you have a 20% close rate, you're only going to sell it to 2 people, right? No different than my pepper plant. If I planted 100 pepper plants and had them in a bed and I was watering them all at the same time and they were all growing, not all of them would survive, right? Again, maybe I'd have an 80%. It doesn't matter, but you understand the analogy. I'm not going to dive into it. I could go off on a whole tangent, and the reality is that's the lesson, right? It's not about one or the other. I'm not compromising the quality of this pepper plant at all, right? But I also understand that it's only going to give me so much produce. And that's what you have to understand, is it's not a one or the other. It is totally both. You have to have quantity and you have to have quality. They go hand in hand with one another. Again, and so really, if you're looking at it, I want you to go, and if you're coming up short on your goals or you feel like things are not going the way you think they should, I want you to 100% go and look at how many people, what is your quantity, number one, and then what is the quality of how you're nurturing them. Are you watering them once a week? Are you watering them once a year? Have they gone and died because you didn't water them, right? Like, go and look and really truly analyze this and look at the facts. Take the emotion out of it. It's not about the emotional response to this person doesn't like me or this one or that, whatever. Take the emotion out of it and look at the facts. If your sales are coming up short, I want you to look at how many people you've talked to, how many people are in your pipeline, how many people you're nurturing, okay? And I also want you to look at your conversion rate. I've got another episode on the conversion, okay? But facts, look at the facts. It's not a one or the other. It's not an either or. It's and, quality and quantity. I am getting a quality pepper from my pepper plant, but I'm only going to get so many because I only planted one, right? If I want more peppers, I need to plant more seeds, right? That's just the way it is. You can only harvest so much, all right? So go look at your numbers and figure out how can you find and get both quality and quantity, right? That's the name of the game, both, not either or, all right? I promise. I know this kind of can be a hard lesson to learn, and I know it sucks because we like to operate in these little small circles, but if you're looking for massive growth, you've got to really master this one. And I'm right here, always 100% in the trenches with you, learning these lessons, sharing and doing all of these things. I promise you, I'm doing it all. So, all right, I love you. I'll talk to you soon.